shut your mouths, close your apps, turn up the volume. The greatest podcast that's ever heard in the world. It's right here. It's TLP. We're back. I'm here with my buddy Walk. Walk is the greatest co-host I've ever seen, I've ever heard. Walk, how are you doing?
Mike, after that loving, fantastic intro you just gave me, I'm doing a whole lot better. I'm ready to dive into some great things. We had one terrible show this week, and we had, as usual, the A show, SmackDown Live.
What that Raw was, man, that was terrible. That's like a heroin user coming back to heroin for the... He just gets off of rehab. He's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It's not that bad. And then he immediately goes back. He's like, oh, it was just as bad as it was. That's exactly what Raw was this week. Can you agree with that?
Raw this past week was that uncle who you always see at family gatherings. And every time you see him, he's like, I'm getting my life together. And you think you're like, okay, yeah, you're getting better. He's getting back on his feet. He didn't have a job for a little bit, but it's okay. He's getting back on his feet. And then finally you see him at the end of the year family Christmas party. And he's just straight up homeless. And he's not even trying to hide it anymore. He's like, yep, I was blowing a dude for $20 for some meth the other day in an alley. And you're like, what the fuck? And so then you got to deal with that. And that was Raw this week.
I agree. You would think with all the rumors about Cody Rhodes getting this little production going with the Elite and then this Jacksonville Jaguars co-owner, you would think that Raw would be like, oh, we got to put on a good show. Vince is going to be backstage. Let's put on a good show. Well, no, not at all. It was a very bad show. But hey, we're going to talk about it and we're going to get into it. So let's start. You wanted to start with Asuka, right?
I did want to start with Asuka. She is if you read our blog, she is TLP's Riser of the Week.
Oh, let me stop you right there. The blog has not come out, but by the time this episode's up in the morning, you'll probably have read the blog, I would assume. If you haven't read the blog, go to our Twitter page, Tables TLP, and read it. But anyway, back to Asuka.
So as Mike was saying there, the blog will be up by tomorrow morning when the podcast is up as well. Asuka is our biggest riser of the week for the reason that should be very apparent. She got put in this triple threat match, won the Women's Battle Royal on SmackDown, and has been entered into a triple threat match, a TLC match, a tables, ladders, and chair match, our namesake, I might add, at TLC against Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, who have the hottest rivalry in WWE right now, and that's why she's a riser. It's not necessarily because she's getting this women's title opportunity. It's that she's getting it against two people that WWE clearly sees as the go-to people, and her getting put back in that conversation with them gives me some hope and some gumption when I can sit here and say, you know what? Yeah, Asuka's back, baby, and I'm all about it.
I want to put in a few points because we're going to come back to this at the end of the show. Asuka, she's very, very, very talented, and it kind of scares me that she's in this spot because I think they might take the title off of Becky Lynch, which really scares me. Don't want to talk about that right now. It's scaring me. It's at the deepest part of my soul, and I'm thinking about it. Don't want to think about it. Other than that, I'm very glad how over Asuka's been recently. Even with all the stagnants, the crowd's still very behind her. I'm glad Sonya Deville is still getting that push. I thought Sonya Deville was going to actually win this match. I'm surprised they actually went with Asuka when I was watching it. No offense to Asuka or anything. I just thought they wanted to go with the new girl. I thought they wanted to say, hey, let's give Sonya the go. I'm glad they went with Asuka. It's going to be a hell of a match. Asuka can go. Asuka is so worthy. I don't want to see Asuka just take the fall, though, is the thing. But we'll get more into that later.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about, is that Asuka's just there to take the fall. But also, we'll talk later. We'll talk more about it when we get to the triple threat match. Let's move on. Let's start with Raw this week, and we'll go with Baron Corbin's TLC match being in jeopardy. This obviously kicked off Raw on Monday night because of Braun Strowman's elbow surgery. So his match obviously up in jeopardy. Mike, who do you think Baron Corbin's going to have his match against at TLC, or is he even going to have a match at TLC now?
I actually have no clue what they're going to do. I've heard the speculation. Well, I want to get into speculation a little later. I don't know what they're going to do with Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. I still think they're waiting for Braun to see if he can come back, because I think Braun can honestly go with one arm. That's kind of iffy. But we'll see. They might have some kind of angle. They might do an angle. They might not even do a match. What do you think they're going to do? I
thought I had heard something that said that he was going to be out though for a while, and like the match was definitely off. Like that's what they were making it seem like on Raw.
Oh, really? I from all the rumors I've heard it's worse than speculated, but there's still a chance.
All right, I don't really know. So
what do you think you would do? What would you do here, or what do you think they would do? Both. Let's do both. What do you think they'll do, and what do you want to do?
Well, I think that they're just going to cancel the match, and it's not going to be on the card anymore, and they're going to find some other way, to just find another match to put it in there. What I would do though is I think honestly I might just do the same thing. To be honest with you, I don't know that there's anyone that could come back or like step up that would have a good enough storyline in my mind to be able to pull off a convincing feud / match at TLC against Corbin that would make me as just a casual fan care about it. So I don't think I would really do anything other than just cancel the match and be like, fuck it, we'll find something else.
All right, I got an idea. I got an idea, and then I got the thing that everyone's been speculating on all the rumors.
All right,
so let's say it's Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle steps up, and it's just head-to-head for the GM spot. What do you think about that?
Okay.
I think that's a very possible scenario right there. I think that's like an easy scenario right there.
That is, it's an easy possible scenario, but again, like that actually seems like something more that WWE would do than just cancel the match. Now that I'm thinking about it,
that makes way too much sense. I just thought about that just now. I don't know how that's not been a rumor that everyone's been talking about.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that.
But anyway, yeah. So I would assume they would. I wouldn't even be a. I think that I kind of like that, but I don't know what they want to do with the GM spot is the thing. I don't know if they want to give it to Baron Corbin or if they want Kurt Angle to come back and take it.
Well, I've also heard that they might be having Alexa Bliss come up and do, GM because her injury is like a little more severe than they originally thought.
Is that just because they think she's going to miss some time, or do you think she's done?
They don't know. I don't think at this point. I think it's one of those page things where they don't really know at this point in time.
I never thought it was that bad. I thought it was just concussions.
I think they thought it was too, but it's the multiple ones she's had like back to back or whatever.
Oh, I think she'll be fine once it gets going, but we'll see. That was also very surprising when they announced her the GM. I think they just want to buy her some time.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, and it certainly gives her time to buy herself some time and recover. And it's a role that fits her really well.
She's would be a very good GM. I agree with that.
Yeah,
she's very good at the heel work. She'd be a very good authority figure. We'll see. I'd prefer to see her in the ring. Obviously, she's so young. She's already accomplished so much. She's only hitting her stride. She's only going to get better in the ring, and her heel work's only going to improve. And I would love to see her keep going, but we'll see. Hopefully she gets better, and we'll see what goes on from there. All right, let's talk about the other scenario that everyone's talking about. You want to talk about the scenario, or should I hit it?
You go ahead and hit it, Mike. This is one that's near and dear to your heart.
Do you think this one's near to me?
I mean, you're the one that you didn't report it, but you're the one that brought it to my attention.
All right, so there's a guy. He came back at Starrcade. He's been missing from some actions. You guys may have heard of this guy. His name is Bray Wyatt, former WWE champion. Bray Wyatt, he's available. A lot of people have been saying, he's going to come back for Braun Strowman. He's going to go against the Machine. That's his old boy in the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman. And he's going to go out and win it for Braun. They're going to say, Baron Corbin, your announced challenge. And then, boom, lights hit. And then you hear the noise. Baron Corbin, welcome Bray Wyatt. Boom, bada bing. That's what it is. What do you think?
I don't hate it. I think there's like some potential with the whole Wyatt with Braun Strowman being a member of the Wyatt family and all that. So I think that there's, I don't hate it. I think it could work.
They could also be playing it because Luke Harper's been out for a while. So is Eric Rowan, I guess. They could just bring back the whole Wyatt family. Well, let's go ahead and get into this right now. I just thought about this scenario. So we got this little heel faction that's going on. Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin. They need some competitors. And, think about that. There's 3 guys on the shelf right now. Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, what if the Wyatt family comes back and they're all faces?
That'd be pretty nuts. And they're just said, hey, we're here to Stop it. We're here to stop the machine. That's not going to happen. No authority.
I can think of a lot worse scenarios. That's for damn sure.
I mean, Raw definitely needs it. They need the faces. They need the superstar talent. I mean, it's pro wrestling. You don't even have to explain the Eric Rowan and Luke Harper on SmackDown. You don't even have to explain. Just throw them on there. Just throw them on there, or just make some bullshit thing like, oh, that was Stephanie McMahon making a free agent signing.
Yeah, you could build it a million different ways. I mean, I like that. You don't really have. You can kind of just hand wave explain it, and people will be like, all right, whatever. And it would benefit the storyline, not the storyline, but it would serve a good purpose, I think.
They've been so far out of action. It's not like you need that big of a thing. It's pro wrestling. Weird shit like this happens all the time. You need a half-ass excuse. Even that. But people would just be more excited for the story that they're all back together.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Anything else you want to add to this?
No, that's all I got for that one.
All right. You jump us into the next topic.
All right, so watching the match that followed Baron Corbin's little, escapade out to begin Monday Night Raw, it got me thinking. There was this big ref. He was out there, big wrestling ref. He's, got the big arms. He's got the gun show going. And with all the ripped refs that are coaching football and now apparently in WWE too, it got me thinking that they need to do a ripped ref calendar, but it's got to be all the refs at WWE, and you could put them in some of their typical action shot poses, like waving for the locker room to come out to break up a fight. You can get a good flex on them for that one. You could have a good one of kicking someone's tag team partner out that's being a distraction on the ring apron. You could have them just lying on the mat after they accidentally took a chair shot to the head, or them raising the championship belt before a title match. Just things like this. This would be a great calendar idea, I think. And I wanted to pitch it to Vince McMahon, but I don't have his email address. So anyone that has that, just go ahead and send it my way. We'll get right on that, and I guarantee you, within about 6 to 8 months, they'll be on the shelves everywhere.
Can I pitch it as only Kyoto and Earl Hebner?
If exclusively Kyoto and Earl Hebner, yes.
All right, that's fine. I'm buying that every day of the week.
I'm glad you like it. I think this is one of the better ideas I've had in quite a long time. We can use the profits to fund TLP, get some better sound equipment. So
we need to get our own studio.
Make it happen, guys.
We would have to get our own studio first off and foremost, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I like that idea. That's funny. That's a good idea. What do you think about that? All right, we'll move on from there. Let's go on to, I guess. Would you say this is the biggest feud on Raw right now? Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins?
On Raw, yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's talk about Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. So Dean Ambrose, he got his injections. He's trying to fight some diseases. He doesn't want to be infected. He's all about getting these immunity shots. Well, it's great for WWE. I'm really glad WWE took a stand against not having your kids vaccinated. But hey, it's all cool to go to Saudi Arabia and all, but hey, whatever. That's just my take on it. Let's talk. We'll talk more about the wrestling.
Yeah, I'm really happy that I just want to say this about this real quick. If there's a man that literally calls himself the lunatic that thinks it's a good idea to get himself vaccinated, then all you people that think they cause autism in children have zero excuse at this point. I'm just going to be real honest with you about that. But anyway, I digress. This feud, like we said, has been probably the best on Raw, which it's not saying a whole lot considering that they're the state of Raw at this current juncture, but it's still pretty good, and it's kept me interested for a while. I'm going to go ahead and just throw this out there, Mike. I want to see what you think. I think Dean Ambrose wins the Intercontinental title at TLC.
I don't think Seth Rollins makes it to TLC with the Intercontinental title. I think he's going to do another open challenge, and I think someone else is going to take it.
Oh, okay.
Because they're setting up, from all the rumors I'm hearing it's going to be Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah, for the I guess the Universal Championship.
Wow, okay.
Well, I guess that's possible if Dean strips the title off of Seth, but...
That's kind of what I was thinking, is that Dean strips the title